Hi, I'm STS-131 Mission Specialist Naoko Yamazaki. You are watching NASA TV.
Good morning, Discovery, and a special good morning to Naoko.
Good morning, Megan and the entire team, and special thanks to my wonderful family, Taichi and Yuki, who selected this beautiful song, and my parents, Haruto, Shimiye, and my brother, Taro-chan, and all the dedicated people who supported this mission. And this is about the beauty of the art, and which I'm very proud of. So looking forward to a great Friday 11. 日本の皆さん、おはようございます。とうとう飛行時も11日目で、今日は MPLM をアンバースして、そしてペイロードベイに戻します。残りのミッションも頑張っていきたいと思います。そして帰還後にまた会えることを楽しみにしています。Thank you, Megan, and the entire team.
Thank you, Naoko. Your family is once again here with us today. Your biggest fans are very proud of you, and so are we. And your execute.
Glad to hear that. Thanks, Megan.
The execute package is on board and should be printing. Message 100, which is your docked late inspection procedure, will not be printed this morning. You are go to change out the image cards in the PGSCs, and you are go for Outlook. We have some big picture words for you on the plan this morning. The decision has been made to not perform a fourth EVA on this mission. Analysis shows that the current ATA config is okay for an extended period. Once everybody's awake and you've had some coffee, you can get with the ISS crew and call down on the big loop to the ISS MCC, and they'll give you some more detailed words.
Okay, Megan, that sounds great. Thanks a lot. We appreciate all the extra effort that went into quickly looking at that option, and we're glad that the station will be fine without the extra EDA here for a little bit. Thanks a lot.
Mission Specialist Naoko Yamazaki here, floating out of the Multi-Purpose Logistics Module. She's been one of the crew members in charge of the transfer of items to and from that module, getting it ready now to be buttoned up and close the hatches between the two, between the module and the rest of the station, so that it can be moved today by the space station's robotic arm and installed back inside the shuttle's cargo bay for return to home.
And Houston on 2 for MPLM egress. We just finished the 611, ready to close the hatch in a minute.
Copy, we're watching.
Flight Engineer Soichi Noguchi with Commander Alan Poindexter and Mission Specialist Clay Anderson closing that hatch on the Leonardo Multi-Purpose Logistics Module. This will not be Leonardo's last visit to the station, and will be coming back up on the STS-133 mission to remain permanently at the station at that point. Be able then to act as a storage room for the space station.
Houston Station, on the big loop, the hatch is closed.
Copy, closed hatch. Thank you.
Discovery Houston, air to ground 2 for some switch throws on panel A15.
Go ahead, CJ, I'm on A15.
Okay, Dex, we've just about depleted Cryo O2 tank 5. So we're going to give you a go to perform those steps now. A15, Cryo tank 5, O2 heater alpha to off.
Okay, on A15, I'm taking the Cryo tank 5, O2 heater alpha to off, OFF, and that's complete.
Very good. And then on A11, you can take Cryo O2 tank 4 heater alpha to auto.
Copy, tank 4 heater O2 alpha to auto, complete.
Thanks a lot, Discovery. You're in a good cryo config. And Dex, I don't know if you copied my call that you're go for Outlook.
Copy all, CJ. Thanks a lot. We're looking at Outlook. We appreciate the mail sync.
You bet.
Station Houston 2 for CBM.
Go ahead, stand for CBM.
Yeah, we're seeing a COM error on CBM latch 2. We'd like to ask you to stand down on the center disk cover install in case we need to get in and access the CPAs.
Okay, we copy. Stand. We'll stand down.
Thank you, and we're troubleshooting the latch.
Houston on the big loop with some CBM information. Go ahead, Clay. Yes, Dan, we might have some information. I don't know if Sweetie called this down to you, but on the port CPA, the J5 connector, it appears I'm going to have to use another one to try to describe it to you. But on the top of the connector, there's a small set screw, and I'm not sure if it holds that piece of the connector flush parallel to the remaining part of the connector that screws on. And it's kind of slightly popped up. We haven't disconnected anything, of course. When we do, we can take a better look at it. But if you look at a general one of those connectors, you have the part that screws on, and then you have the right angle that turns and goes to the cable. Well, at the top of that right angle corner, there's a set screw on each of these connectors. Right below the set screw is a seam where the two metal pieces are held by the set screw, and there's a gap there. And, Clay, can you point the camera at that? Yeah, I'll give it a try. Hold on. Dan, we can show, I'll tell you what, if you'd like the information, we can show you one. Unless you're ready for us to deconnect it, it'll be hard to show you the exact one, but I can show you on another one what we're talking about. And Clay, we'll take it. We're not ready for you to disconnect the bad boy yet. Okay, so Luigi's going to come down to Dex's finger, his pinky finger. And on this cap, let me know when you can see Dex. Stand by, Clay. We may need to ask you to move that camera closer.
So we can see Dex's forearm, but not his finger. That's better. A little out of focus. And guys, looks like this camera is not going to be able to give us as good a resolution as we need. Could you please bring in the Node 2 camera? And we'll route that to downlink so we can watch.
Stand by.
And station for Node 2 camera, stand by. And station, that's a good view now, so go ahead with your discussion.
Okay, so if you look at Dex's index finger, that he's pointing to the interface that has the gap, okay, and the gap is at the opposite end of his finger. And there's a set screw on top of that interface, and until we take it off, we won't know if tightening that set screw will close that interface. Of course, it's not this connector. This is an example connector. It's J5 on the port CPA.
Okay, we copy and we understand and we're talking about it. Thanks for the view. We appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Mission Specialist Clay Anderson and Commander Alan Poindexter there, sending down some information on the control panel assemblies and the calming berthing mechanism on the Leonardo module. Again, that calming berthing mechanism has been giving the team here on the ground some trouble. One of the latches didn't work, and they've had a couple of other errors as well, and are trying to trace it back to a source, possibly one of the cables that Anderson was showing there.
Station Houston, big loop for robotics and the upcoming plan.
Houston, go ahead on the big loop for robotics.
Hey, Steph, we see the MPLM grapple is coming up on the timeline here in a few minutes, and we would like you to go ahead and defer that and not begin it. We would like to have more confidence that we'll be able to demate the MPLM before we grapple it. And the reason for that is we don't want the SSRMS put into a position that might impede the dock late inspection if it should take us a long time to get the MPLM off.
And Station Houston on 2 with a big picture on where we are with the CBM ops. We are currently in the process of repowering CPA-3 and then checking its functionality. Once we're comfortable with everything we see there, we will get you guys going again in vestibule depress, and we will also at the same time be getting you started on the SSRMS ops. So that's where we are right now and what's going on.
STS-131 Mission Specialist Stephanie Wilson, as well as Naoko Yamazaki, are working inside the Destiny laboratory at the robotics workstation that controls the station's giant robotic arm. That arm is currently grappled onto Leonardo. At the same time, the crew inside is working through what's known as the depress process to get the area in between the station's hatch and Leonardo's hatch depressurized. That is the next major step that has to be done before Leonardo can be unberthed and begin the process of moving it toward Discovery's payload bay.
Houston Station on 2 for the depress.
Go ahead, Suichi.
Yeah, just to let you know, the depress is still going on, and the pressure is now 8.8 milli-HG.
Copy 8.8, thank you.
Okay, RMS operator from CBM operator, go for RMS to maneuver element.
SSRMS operator copies. Go to maneuver element.
This is Mission Control Houston, just to confirm the 4 latches that were holding the Leonardo Multi-Purpose Logistics Module onto the station have been retracted. Leonardo is now under the control of the station's robotic arm, which is being flown by Stephanie Wilson, as well as Naoko Yamazaki, the 2 STS-131 mission specialists. The robotics officer here in Mission Control confirming that Leonardo is being moved toward Discovery's payload bay. As we mentioned, this maneuver back to Discovery's payload bay is a step-by-step process with a few pause points in between. A crew is discussing the option with the ground teams to where they would basically pause overnight with Leonardo in what's called the low hover position. This is where it is basically tucked down into Discovery's payload bay but not yet latched, and it will remain on the station's arm overnight until the crew wakes up in the morning. This would be done just because the crew has had an extremely long day. They were due to already go to bed at this point in time. But due to this morning's challenges, their day ran a little bit long. They did talk with the ground team to take a look at the timeline for tomorrow, and everything should be able to be accomplished tomorrow, including the late inspection of Discovery's heat shield using the orbiter boom sensor system. So there is plenty of time tomorrow to accomplish both that inspection and the final hour or hour and a half of work that would need to be done to get Leonardo successfully latched down into Discovery's payload bay. So as you can see, Leonardo has begun its trip back to Discovery in earnest. They're going to hold at this particular position for a few minutes, and then they will continue to move closer to Discovery's payload bay. The team here reporting that everything progressing very smoothly.
From the SSRMS operator to CBM operator, clear structure, go to closed pedal.
If you look toward the bottom of the screen, you may see what's known as the pedals. These are basically the shutters that will close over what is known as the CBM, the common berthing mechanism. They will flip over and close shut.
Eastern on 1 for Sawichi. Yeah, we'll take care of the rest of the CBM ops from the ground.
Okay, thank you very much.
You bet. And good job with that, guys.
Thank you. I don't have to get out of my sleeping bag.
So the ground team letting Soichi Noguchi know that they would take over the final commanding of the common berthing mechanism on the station side. And he can pretty much wrap up his activity for the day. Today is Soichi's birthday, as well as Mikhail Kornienko. They've both had a very busy day for their birthdays on orbit.
Houston station on the big loop for timeline. We're with you. Mark, real successful demate there, and we're got it at low hover, and after all the troubleshooting today, and look around at some tired faces, what do you guys say we call it a night, and sleep in a little bit tomorrow, an hour or so, and then get going on this first thing in the morning?
A great job on both the station and the Discovery team. On the ground, station team and shuttle team are in agreement to pause at this point in low hover. For tomorrow, we'll pick up in the MPLM activities about a 1 hour and 5 minute arm ops, followed by the dock late inspection. As you mentioned, you can sleep in 1 hour or as late as 1.5 hours, your choice. Just let us know. Once again, congratulations to the whole team.
Congratulations to all the teams in Houston. You guys did all the hard work today, and we're just real happy that CBM worked as advertised, that you were able to work through your troubleshooting procedures. We'll take you up on your offer to sleep in 1 hour early. Aki will set up our wake-up timer for 1900. How's that sound?
Copy 1900 for the wake-up time. We just need safing on the arm and standard pre-sleep.
Understand, copy all. I'll turn it back over to the robot team on spacecraft 2.
Copy.
Houston Station on 2 for robotics. We've got the brakes on, and when we pick up tomorrow, we'll pick back up at step 4 to have the shuttle crew activate the kill camera, and then we'll pick back up in step 11.
Okay, we concur with that plan. Thanks, guys. Great job.
Thank you, and thanks to all the teams on the ground for their support today.